Hey guys, it's Em, and welcome to the first video in my Townie Makeover series. Now these are probably my favourite videos to watch on YouTube, and since I'm currently making over all of the townies in my game for a new Let's Play, I thought I would share one with you. So if you like these type of videos, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to give us a subscribe. We're kicking things off here with the Pancake family. Probably one of the most famous, or I guess infamous families in The Sims 4. We've got Bob Pancakes here, who, as you can see, I've been tweaking a little bit with the genetics, and well, you know, as you can see, the beard was covering a multitude of sins with that chin, so I wanted to try and change his face a little bit to fit my aesthetic more and give him a bit more of a realistic chin. So Bob here is a gloomy loner slob who aspires to be a master chef, I believe, and he very much polarizes Eliza, who is a neat perfectionist and materialistic. Also, I don't like how his eyebrows don't match his facial hair, but we're just gonna have to live with it. I'm sorry. But yeah, I really wanted to, I guess, show how different Eliza and Bob are. I feel like their outfits originally kind of showed them both to be a bit slobbish, like Eliza's pants are a bit ill-fitting, which you'll see a bit later. I just don't think they kind of correctly reflected their characters. So I wanted Bob's look to be a bit more kind of oversized and ill-fitting, kind of like he doesn't care anymore, that he's given up, because that's really the kind of vibe I get from the original trailer that he was in, the Stay Weirder trailer. I'm pretty sure in that trailer it describes him as the most least interesting sim in the world, and that's kind of that's kind of the vibe I wanted to give him in my game as well. I kind of imagine that him and Eliza had gotten together when they were really young, like at high school or university, and then kind of stayed together out of convenience, and then he proposed because she expected him to and all that kind of stuff, you know. I don't ever see them having a happy marriage, particularly because their traits are so polarizing. And in game they actually don't even share a bedroom. If you've been into the Pancake household, it's Pancakes, isn't it? My bad. If you've ever been into the Pancakes household, you'll see that they don't have the same bedroom. There's two separate bedrooms for them, and you can actually download a toddler son for them, who was released on the gallery when they updated the base game back in, I think, what, 2017, to include toddlers. And I don't know, that just gives me really weird vibes. Like, why would your marriage is already on the rocks, having a baby is not a good choice. But anyway, but their description on the Sims 4 is as follows. Poor Bob and Eliza. Have they ever been happy? It seems there's nothing one can do to please the other. Just what is keeping this couple together? Or conversely, what is the spark that will drive them apart? Probably having a child, guys, just quietly. But yeah, I think they should divorce. Straight up, here's what I think. And I think if I were ever to play them, that's probably what I would do to them. Eliza would be going for a more like fancy man, like I expect her to kind of marry up. And here's a quick before and after of Bob before we get into Eliza's new look. Speaking of Eliza, we've got her here, and like as I was saying, those jeans are so ill-fitting. I just don't think her outfit reflected her at all. I don't think the glasses reflected her at all, or even the freckles. Like, I know she is probably a natural redhead. I don't think she will, technically, those eyebrows aren't a natural redhead, but I wanted her to be a more like vibrant redhead, and I just get the vibe that she would think her freckles would be an imperfection. You know, she's a perfectionist and materialistic. Like, she would be like, oh, you know, my freckles show I'm imperfect, I must hide them. So she'd be, you know, caking on the foundation, and I reckon she would have thought her lips were too thin, so she'd, you know, get a little bit of a lip injection, you know what I mean? And then I wanted to keep her hair quite short. Like, I did play around with a few different hairstyles, like you can see here. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I feel like there's definitely a negative side to having so much CC, but I really wanted to try and keep with the short hair look, but you know, make it a bit more refined, like it was intentional, the style. Whereas I feel like her other hairstyle was just like, I've given up, I don't care anymore. And Eliza Pancake does not give up. I really played around with a bit of ombre, but in the end I decided ombre probably wouldn't be her style either. Like she's too fancy for that. So I got this kind of like longer bob, I guess you'd call it, a lob maybe, which you'll see me choose in a second. Keep going, there we go. So I chose this like longer bob for her. And then in terms of her outfit, I wanted it to be quite classy and refined. Like that's kind of the vibe I wanted. I do change out this top in a second because I realized it was probably a little bit too alpha looking, even though I really did like it. But I wanted to give her this kind of, you know, beachside, not beachside I guess, but like poolside, probably poolside glamour look. Like that's really the vibe I was going with. Like she's a stay-at-home housewife that's got too much time on her hands, so she spends it, you know, buying clothes online and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I imagine like that's why she's arguing with Bob in the trailer. She's peeved off because he's cut up the credit card or something like that, and he's just kind of given up and doesn't want to respond to her because yeah, she doesn't have a job in game, and she has the Mansion Baron aspiration, which immediately gives you the business savvy trait. But if you actually go into game, not only is she unemployed, but all of the kind of tools and I guess, what do you call them, like skill building items within their house, she doesn't actually have any skill on. I think the only skill she has is fitness related, which I kind of feel does fit her vibe. Like she'd want to be looking fine, because as you can see, even though I edited a few of her facial features, like mainly just her eyebrows and her lips, I did not touch her body, and damn girl has a good rig. In terms of her formal wear, I really wanted to go a very classy look, which is pretty much like the whole way through. I wanted it to be a really classy and refined look, but also somewhat youthful, because she is a young adult. Not an adult, she's a young adult. So I wanted her outfit to be, you know, relaxed and fun still, and, you know, play into that youthful vibe. I also gave her a much more severe makeup or like eye look in her formal wear compared to her everyday. I did originally want to give her a red lip, but just the thought of her hair clashing with a red lip kind of turned me off that. And then in terms of jewelry, I kept it quite simple. I'm personally not a jewelry wearer anyway, so I kind of tend to forget to put my Sims in jewelry, which you'll probably notice as you watch some more of my videos, which you should, obviously. And then in terms of shoes, I just wanted something that would be able to be hidden under the dress. And now for her athletic wear. I wanted to give her a hat because she did have a hat originally, so I thought I'd keep that as just a cute homage to her previous self. And then I played around a bit with these cute two-piece kind of sets that I recently downloaded, but in the end I went with these high-waisted kind of joggers, I guess you'd call them. They remind me a lot of the Alphalete joggers if you're into activewear. And then I went with this Adidas crop top, which I thought was kind of cool. And then these simple black and white trainers, which are also CC. And then I decided for her sleepwear to kind of go with this like cute crop top and bottoms. I played around with this look for so long. It's actually ridiculous how much time I spent trying to choose pajamas. I've actually cut out some of the footage that I filmed just because it annoyed me how much time I spent on damn pajamas. Like I'm still changing, and I cut out like a solid 10 seconds of footage. But anyway, now we're going on to a party look, which is probably my favorite look. I know I'm spending way more time on Eliza. It's mainly due to the fact that I have way more female CC than I do male CC. Yeah, this look is definitely my favorite. This top is just so cute, and I think I end up going with a red lip look on this one, even though I said earlier I wouldn't. I'm trying to remember back because I did film this a little while ago. But I wanted this look to be kind of extra, really juxtaposing her to Bob, really showing that she's fancy, she's extra, she's gorgeous, you know what I mean? And I just imagine that she is looking to get out of this marriage and marry up. Does that make her a bad person? Maybe a little bit, but I also don't think Bob is the best husband, you know what I mean? I feel like she doesn't deserve the hate, but she doesn't necessarily deserve the love, just like I think Bob doesn't deserve all the love that he gets, but that's just me. Anyway, and then for her swimwear look, I wanted this to be a bit more of a, I guess, chilled look for her. Just a little bit more chilled, because I thought that everything else is a bit more extra. This one should be a bit more relaxed, just about the pool. So I've got this more classic swimsuit, and then her hair is kind of tied up because I thought, I don't know, my hair annoys me when I wear it down, so I always have my hair up in a bun, so I imagine hers would end up in a bun or something like that at the pool. I don't know, I don't go swimming. I feel really un-Australian saying that, but I don't go to the beach. And then I put some sunglasses on because sun protection is important, people. For her everyday, her summer look, or her hot weather look, I wanted to go this really pastel palette. Like, I've got a few items from this same content creator where all of the looks are really pastel, and I love this little pastel mini dress, which you'll see me choose in a moment. There you go. I love this look. Like, it's probably my favorite out of all of her looks. Is it? Actually, no, I really like a party look, but this is probably my second favorite look, especially with the little matching sunglasses on her head. I know they're not protecting her eyes, but you imagine that she'd slide them down, you know, like she's practical. And then for her final look, I wanted this to be quite a youthful look. Also, can we just appreciate the missing torso there for a bit? Yeah, I wanted it to be a really youthful look because I feel like she's a young adult, you know? I feel like everything else about her is very refined and very classic, and I wanted something that showed off her youth. So she's got this kind of cropped teddy bear jacket, which is so in fashion right now, and then these skinny jeans and ankle boots. So here's a quick before and after of Miss Eliza Pancake. I really think her new look shows off her traits a bit more. And then here are a few quick snaps that I took in game, kind of showing off their dynamic, and I wanted to include this last one though because I thought it was really cute. So if you liked this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe before you go. Bye guys!